Thank you, Swamiji. My question is, the Jeevanmukta is a liberated soul while living in the limited body, mind and time. However, I do not perceive that as 100% liberation, moksha, but as a bondage, because the human still has the restrictions of maintaining and a slave to the body's welfare for food, clothing, shelter, not to mention to pay the everyday bills of various necessary expenses for its maintenance in this Kali Yuga. So, can you explain that, please? Thank you.
Well, the question is that when you say liberated in this very body, so the idea of a Jeevanmukta and Advaita Vedanta, the goal is that you realize you are Brahman, but the body is still there, and you are living in this world, and you are called a Jeevanmukta. Krishna calls it Sthita Prajna, Gunatita. So these are various terms. Now Srimaji says, I don't fully agree with that. A person may be highly spiritual but not fully liberated, because the burden of the body is still there. The limitation of particular life is still there. That's why a number of philosophers do not accept Jivan Mukti. They accept only what is called Videha Mukti. And in this life you can be highly spiritual, but up to that much. Only when the body goes away are you totally liberated. But the problem there is, we see it externally. We see that the Jivan Mukta is getting old, getting a disease, and then being taken to the hospital, suffering just like us, it seems. So bondage has not gone away. We think that. But we are seeing from outside, and from my perspective. The Jivan Mukta's perspective is entirely different. The Jivan Mukta realizes, I am Brahman here and now, even if the body is there. That's the thing. To say that, let me give the example of a screen where a movie is playing. Suppose a tragedy is playing, very sad movie. And you will say that the screen will be free of the tragedy once this stupid movie is over, then only the screen will be free. But the screen says, I am free. You play tragedy, comedy, no movie, I am still the same screen. If you realize that I am Brahman, you become like that. Let the body remain. Swami Sarvapriyanandaji, who was a disciple of Sri Ramakrishna long ago, he established our mutt in Chennai, Madras. So he had a tough life. One American lady, Sister Devamata, who became a sannyasini, she went and stayed there for some time. She heard the struggles of how hard and what poverty and struggle the Swami had to undergo to build up that ashram there in Chennai. It's in Mailapur in Chennai. Those who have gone to Chennai, you will see. Very beautiful ashram. So hearing about the struggles of his life, that lady, American lady, she writes, I felt indignant. Why such a holy person has to suffer so much? Why God is making this holy person suffer so much? I told him, I feel unhappy hearing about such a tough life you have had. And Swami Ramakrishna was astonished. He says, what are you saying? My true life is eternal. This little life belongs to the Lord. Let him play with it as he will. I have no problem at all. So this is the attitude of the Jivan Mukta.